when you traded land and businesses for student loans and corporate jobs. You were made economically vulnerable. You were sucked into a culture of excessive consumerism. My grandmother was not an excessive consumer because she knew that as a single mother with four kids, wasn't nobody gonna come save her. She knew that there was no Superman. And so really, I would say to you that this is a value system that you may want to re-embrace. And then when you compound that with investing, the only thing that would have really supercharged my grandmother's conservatism is if she had been able to be convinced to put some fraction of her income in the stock market. If she had done that, she would have died a very wealthy woman, a very wealthy woman. So keep, if you're conservative, keep being conservative. That's a smart approach. But don't be scared, right? Take risks. Just be efficient with the risks. In fact, it makes me think about poker a little bit, actually. I like poker. I told you it's a fun game of strategy, psychology, and math. I don't like gambling, but I like poker, and I'll play these little poker tournaments. So it's like $2 to enter the tournament, that kind of thing. And and there was this really great poker player named Doyle Brunson. He's an old guy, been around since the 40s or 50s or some 50s and 60s. I think he started playing in the 1950s. And Doyle played a strategy that was interesting that I actually liked a lot. I embraced it. He called it tight and aggressive. Tight and aggressive. So tight and aggressive means that he usually wasn't going to participate in any hand. He wasn't typically going to his default response to any situation, any scenario was I don't want to get involved, right? I'm not going to participate, right? So just like investing, right? I don't want to do it. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Why? Because I want to preserve the wealth I have. I don't want to just fling it around and trick it off and lose it. But when he decided to participate, he went hard. When he decided, so when he decided to be involved, he was going to be aggressive because he knew that being aggressive maximized his chances to win. It maximized his chance to get you to fold. It maximized his chances to win at the hand because he knew that when he came in, he was coming in with something strong enough where he had a chance to win. So I think that that tight and aggressive strategy, just to apply it to investing, is it's kind of like black conservatism. And I'm not talking about Republican Democrats. I'm talking about just in terms of you being risk averse and risk aware and risk conscious. I think that's a good thing. Keep being that. But when you decide you want to participate in something, you have to be able to switch modes and not let your fear cause you to increase your probability of failure. So when you think about starting a business, think about it for a long time, process it, talk to people, get all the information you can get, take your time. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. In Silicon Valley, the white boys out there, they have a saying that I actually like called move fast and break things. Having the courage to fail. Do you have the courage to fail? I know you got the courage to win, but that don't take no courage. Winning don't take a lot of courage a lot of times. Succeeding and getting what you want, what's courageous about that, right? You're standing at the top holding the trophy, but do you have the courage to fail? Have you done enough therapy and enough healing from your trauma where you know how to process the disappointment in a way that it's going to benefit you and not cost you? And this is where Alicia's research on trauma is so important because a lot of us, not that every black person is traumatized. I don't assume every black person has trauma. If you are that 1 in 10 or whatever that had no trauma, then God bless you. I'm happy for you. But those of us who went through some stuff, that trauma can cause you to just freeze up. You get one rejection, you walk away because it's bringing up all these other emotions that relate to something that happened to you when you were in the sixth grade, and that deflects from your ability to maximize your probability of success. So while I sit here and cough, give me a second. I really should have bought some water. Oh my gosh. So that's probably my cue to finish up. I want to encourage you to become too big to fail. Can y'all give me a second?